Welcome along then to the final moments of peace before a grid full of the world's fastest racing cars fire into life and charge down towards the scuffle of turn 1. A lap of this historic racetrack covers 3.6 miles, and it's the only time during the season that we race on a figure-of-8 racetrack. The drivers can expect some intense G-forces through the 18 corners on offer here as they experience some of the highest average apex speeds on the Formula One calendar. And keep an eye out for overtakes going into the final chicane. So as we look ahead to what I hope will be a very entertaining race, I have to ask Anthony Davidson what you expect to see in terms of strategy today. I mean, do you expect a lot of tyre management? A lot of fuel management?
Well, don't we always? I don't expect these are going to be any more important than usual, if I'm honest. What I do expect, however, are a lot of drivers getting into the pits early for some kind of undercut on fresh rubber. If you can pit before the person in front, have a good stop and drive a blistering outlap, there may be 1 or 2 seconds to be gained. If anyone gets stuck behind another car, for example, that will be the go-to strategy, surely.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Rosberg, Ricciardo, Felipe Massa and Verstappen, Perez, Raikkonen, Bottas and Daniel Kvyat, Alonso, Hülkenberg, Jenson Button and Sainz, Grosjean, Wehrlein, Kevin Magnussen and Esteban Gutierrez, Nasser and Palmer, Rio Haryanto and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
choice is now available. Investigation by race control. You are at serious risk of disqualification. Behave yourself out there. Sorry about that, I guess it can't all go to plan. Bring her in, we'll go over what happened in the debrief.
And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Well, Jolyon Palmer did a great job coming through the field today, so my vote goes to him.
There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.